That's how I do everything. I just wing it. Procrastinate and wing it. That's me. Proud of me, Mom. She doesn't care. Hello, bookish besties. Happy motherfucking new year. Since it's the beginning of the year, I thought what better video to start my booktube channel and to start my new journey off with creating bookish content than to do a 2026 beginning of the year book tag. Larry on her channel did this, and I'm going to take those questions that she did on her channel and answer them for me as my very first YouTube video. I'm so excited. I'm so new to filming, I'm new to content, I'm new to everything, and I recently decided that I'm done being a scaredy weirdy caredy cat. Start posting my content because obviously what better time than now, you know what I mean? It is currently 9:26 p.m. so I unfortunately cannot open up an energy drink right now, so I'm just gonna settle for this Izzy that I found in my refrigerator. It doesn't hit as good as an Alani, but whatever. Okay, without further ado, let's get into these questions. I honestly haven't even looked at the questions yet, but you know, that's how I do everything. I just wing it. Procrastinate and wing it. That's me. Proud of me, Mom. She doesn't care. Okay, question number 1. How many books are you planning on reading in 2026? I do have a specific goal actually, because I haven't been able to hit this goal, and I'm like bound and determined to hit this goal this year. I want to read 100 books this year. I want to read 1 physical book a week and then 1 audio book a week. I feel like that's pretty doable when you break it down like that, but you have to keep on top of your shit in order to do that. So I calculated it out, and if I read approximately 100 to 200 pages a day plus like an hour or 2 of an audiobook every day, I should easily hit that goal or more by the end of the year. I know a lot of people now aren't really like looking to like set a specific reading number because of like the competition and like people getting their feelings hurt about number of books read and all that, but honestly, just do what you want to do and you're gonna be fine. I'm acting so fucking weird right now. And you know what? I'm gonna check the audio on this and see if it's actually behaving. Okay, now that I double checked that the audio is working and everything, let's move on to number 2. A book you're likely to reread this year. A book that I'm probably going to reread this year, and I'm actually not sure because I feel like I'm just a really big mood reader. I don't think I've ever set a TBR in my life. I just, when I see a book that looks interesting, I'll read it, and if I don't, I don't. Like, I don't know. I've actually never set a TBR for myself, and that's partially because like I've not really done like the whole like booktube, book talk in a formal way before. I've just like picked up a book that looked interesting and read it. I'm really into fantasy too, so whoever recommends books to me, I just listen to them that way. I don't really like go out and find books to add to my TBR, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, the book that I probably am going to reread this year is called Requiem of the Soul. It's the first book in the Society series. Author is Natasha Knight and A. Zavarelli. This is a dark romance book, and it's very dark, but truly one of the best dark romances books I've ever read, and I hardly ever hear anybody talk about this series. It's called the Society series. I rated all 3 books 5 stars because it was that good. Like, they're so good. I really need to get into it. Like, if you haven't, check it out. And trigger warning because it is dark. Number 2. Priority read on your 2026 TBR. A priority read for me for this year would be Wind and Truth. I actually intended all last year to read that book, but I literally never ever got to it. So that is like my priority, one of my top priority reads for this year. It's the 5th book of Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive series, and I'm really super excited to read it. Brandon Sanderson is actually one of my favorite authors, and fun fact, I was actually going to name my future son after the main character, but my sister-in-law got to it before me. But if she hadn't, yeah, But it actually worked out fine. She had no clue. It's not her fault. Don't go after her. Even though you don't know her, it's not her fault. But I was going to name my son after the main character, Kaladin. I'm really into fantasy, and he does epic fantasy really well. I would say that he's more like good at like world building and like magic systems and all that, not necessarily character building, although he does have character development and it's good character development. They're just not that emotionally deep. Like, he kind of talks at you when it comes to telling about characters and their emotions, if that makes sense. But the world building is amazing, incredible, show-stopping, fantastic, never been done before. Number 4, an author you won't be reading more books of this year. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie. Before I got into book talk and all that, I never really, like reading in high school and middle school and stuff like that, I never really paid attention to authors. I just picked up a book that looked interesting and I read it, and I really never ever paid attention to authors or like the names or like anything about the author, anything. That didn't really matter to me. And it's only just started to matter to me because of like how people are like, you know, interested in like the characters of authors these days now, and it is important, but I never really paid attention, so I don't really know an author that I wouldn't read yet, if that makes sense. I don't know. I haven't disliked an author's books so bad that I wouldn't ever read any of their other books ever, so I don't think I have one. Number 5, something new you want to read. Something new. I'm just going to interpret this question the way that I actually want it to be interpreted, and something new that I want to read is actually a new genre. I want to start getting more into thrillers. I think that would be so fun. If you watch Larry reads on here, she is into a lot of thrillers and she makes them sound like so interesting. I was never really interested in them before because I'm mainly like a romance and fantasy girl. But she makes them sound like so fun and interesting and like fast paced and like a good read if you're just like a palate cleanser, if that makes sense. So I think I want to get more into like thriller books. I don't really know any names of any thriller books. Off the top of my head, like obviously The Housemaid that came out in theaters and all that made me interested in that more. So maybe The Housemaid actually. Number 6, a popular book you want to read. I don't know why questions always like make me feel like I'm put on the spot and I can't remember anything I've ever done in my entire life plus my own name. I don't really know of a specific popular book, but I do know of a book series that's really popular and has been really popular that I've never gotten into. Oh my god, I can't remember anything right now. Oh my god, Zodiac Academy, that's what it's called. I want to read the Zodiac Academy series. Oh my god. Question number 7, most anticipated book release of 2026. Obviously, I want to read Anna Huang's Kino Gluttony. It's coming out in April, I believe I saw, and April is my birthday, so it's literally like perfect timing. It's like a birthday present to me. Number 8, a bookish goal for 2026. Post a weekly YouTube video and build my booktube account. Number 9, a book that's been on your TBR you probably won't ever read. Let's see. Like I said before, I haven't really built up a TBR. Book on my TBR that I've never read. I actually started it and I DNF'd it because I just wasn't that interested and I was kind of overwhelmed at the time. Would be the Crescent City series, specifically the first book. I tried to get into that book, but I probably won't pick it up again. I wasn't really vibing with it. I could be convinced to pick it up again if somebody were to make a good argument for those books, but as of right now I don't think I ever will. Number 10, a series you want to read this year. I really want to get started on the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett, I believe. Whenever I hear people talking about that series, then it always sounds so interesting to me, and it sounds like a fun fantasy world that I could really get into. It just sounds like so fun and interesting and like unique, and whenever people talk about it, it's like a long series, so you have a lot to get into, and that's really exciting to me. Question number 11, your auto-buy authors going into 26. I don't really know what that means. I would assume that if an author has a book, you buy it because you like the author. For me personally, that's obviously Brandon Sanderson. I will buy anything from Brandon Sanderson. He's amazing. 13, a sequel you're anticipating. I think of anything off the top of my head. Anything in a series. Like, if I start a series, I have to read everything in the series. I don't know. That's just how I am. Completion LCD, but whatever. Bookish things you're leaving in 2026. Self-help books. They don't do it for me. I've read all of them. They basically say the same thing. Number 15, what to expect from this account. I want to post a weekly bookish video of some kind every week for the rest of the year, because I really want to grow this channel. It's been my dream of mine for so long, and quite frankly I've put it off for a good 5 years because I've been really scared to do it. And funny enough, I never was brave enough to do it until I had my daughter, and then I was like, you know what? How would she feel if she saw her mom too scared to do anything? She would be scared to do things. So I had to be brave for her and do this. Number 16, how has your reading taste evolved from last year? I've gotten into romance a lot more. I used to only exclusively read fantasy. I have gotten into romance, and it's been really good for my mental health, especially being postpartum. I would just like put on a romance novel in the background while I was like learning how to breastfeed, and I was up at night with my baby and everything, and they truly saved my life those nights. So yeah, I would say my reading taste has evolved from like exclusive fantasy to opening up and becoming more accepting of other genres, especially romance. 17, booktube creators who inspire you. Sorry, I had to change angles here because my camera died, and word to this camera is like actually very short. But the question that I left off on was booktube creators who inspire you. I'm actually not too sure on all the names, so I'm going to list all of the creators that have really inspired me, specifically Larry Reed's. And the second one, I'm not sure exactly what her handle is called, but her videos are they're so good. Like, they have all of the freaking vibe. She's amazing. Number 18, something you want to say to anyone wanting to start a bookish account. Do it so we can grow together, because I'm so excited for this journey, and I need people who are in the same boat as me so that we can compare notes, you know what I mean? So let's do it, bestie. Let's start this. It's time that you've put it off for long enough, okay? Time to pick up the camera and start filming, because you're amazing and you deserve to be recognized. You deserve to share all of your bookish thoughts, and I just love seeing people grow into who they want to be. Anyways, that is all the questions that I have. I am so excited to be finally making videos. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be posting weekly on this account, so hit the bell notification so you don't miss any. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you. Bye.